So I am so happy that this is the first show I'm doing of 2019 and that I'm presenting new material because it's a supportive audience. This is really great. You guys are just laughing and wooing, and it's a lovely thing. It's so much better than doing an open mic where you know, people don't really give a fuck what you say because they're more worried about their own material. Also, it like kind of sucks to do open mics because like sometimes you get like really drunk at brunch, you go to an open mic at 3 o'clock on a Sunday, and you break the mic, and then you tell everyone that you're just having a rough year. It's something I heard from someone else. So anyway, 2018 was a rough year. I was prescribed antidepressants for the first time, so I'm finally a comedian. And I started a relationship and like a real human boy. It's so gross. And it's hard for me because like it's been hard for me to make jokes because I'm so happy. It's fucking disgusting. Like it's weird being in like a loving, nurturing relationship. I don't know how to handle any of it. I like staying in and cuddling, and I let him call me baby. And I call him baby. And sometimes daddy. You like it? Yeah. It gets worse. So he says things sometimes like, there's no reason to apologize. Like when I apologize just for existing and taking up space. And so, you're not gonna believe this, but he goes down on me every time I do not orgasm during sex. Every time. I'm so sorry, you guys over here. This is not comedy meant for this table. I had no idea. They didn't tell me the audience. I never talked about marriage with a guy before until this guy because I need to lock that shit down. Right? That's orgasms for life. Satan really did me good this time. Thank you so much, Satan. It's just some nice, humble Monday night comedy, right? Also, 2018 was the year of the scam for me, maybe for some of you too. I scammed my way into gigs, into performances, and I scammed my way into beautiful new flat screen TVs. Are there any cops here? No? Okay, great, wonderful, we can go on with this bit. I have a day job in advertising, because if you think this pays more than my tab, you're very wrong. Maybe that makes me an alcoholic? I don't know, we're workshopping that one, great, okay. Workshopping my life. Okay, I won 2 TVs at my day job. This keeps falling, I can't do this. There we go. Oh, she's moving. All right, that was great. I won 2 TVs at my day job within 6 months of each other. The only thing I had ever won before that was happy hours at shitty bars. So this is really exciting. And also I somehow convinced multiple people that my friend Nicole is my agent. And I did this again to get those gigs and performances. And I was asked to do a conference once to be a comic relief. And they didn't want to pay me, and I was going to do a half-hour material, really fucked up. If you're an artist in here, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where people are like, just do some free shit for us, and you're like, not monkey, cool. And so I threatened to have my agent call them, and they're like, no, we'll pay you, and I was like, never in my career have I been denied payment from a conference before. I've never done a conference in my life. This was my very first one. I was a theater major in college, surprising no one. That's how I know Izzy. We both were in the same department together. However, I decided not to continue on with theater because I was kind of sick of crying on and off stage. Also, I was sick of being typecast of like that sensible fat girl, you know? For some reason, playwrights think that like fat girls are the mature ones that can convince thin leads to make the right decisions. And the thin lead never does. But how dare to put me in a box and think that I am both fat and level-headed. I was given a romantic interest part one time in my life, and it was in an acting class. It wasn't even like a real part. And they gave me the part to break my type, so I don't look like I should be a romantic interest. Oh my God, guys, don't. I just talk about orgasming like every day, all right? Why couldn't I play a bad bitch? The closest I ever got was a grandmother who got into fights with imaginary birds by screaming in Cree, a native language for Native Canadians. Okay, it's a dying language. If anyone wants to know, I'm not Native, so I should not have been playing this part. That's liberal arts colleges for you. Still paying off that one. I'm Italian, in case all of me didn't give that away. I started practicing witchcraft, which makes me one step closer to Stregonona. Thank you. Oh my God, we have some Stregononas in the house. It's great. I first became interested in witchcraft in 5th grade. I was a practicing active Wiccan in 5th grade. Picture a portly young girl with a unibrow asking the librarian for a book of shadows. That's all it was. But the rise and fall of my 5th grade coven will have to wait for another cabaret if they let me back. So right now I'm generally practicing witchcraft as like a spiritual path rather than a religious one. And I'm classified as an eclectic witch, which means I'm like weird and quirky. No, it doesn't. It just means that I take things from different types of witchcraft. You know, I like crystals, I like herbs, I like candles. I love candles. You know, I think the gateway to witchcraft was Bath and Body Works candle sales. Fresh balsam really makes a great candle for a money spell. Definitely suggested. With all this said, I'd like to say Happy New Moon to all of you. And this is great because it's a perfect time to set intentions and looking forward to what you're going to bring this moon cycle. So it's a great time for manifestation spells and rituals if you're into that. And I did my first ritual and spell this weekend. I'm so proud of myself. I did a new moon ritual to try to be less of a bitch in this cycle. I carved "Have a better attitude and work ethic, asshole" into a white candle, and I burned it all the way down. And while it was burning, I meditated on what that would look like, not the asshole part, just all the rest of it. And while I was meditating, it was so peaceful, and then my neighbor started fucking, and I heard all of it. And but you know, I really kept on. I was like, you're not gonna be bitch. You're gonna be so nice. You're gonna be so wonderful and calm. And we're gonna blast some Fleetwood Mac right now. I don't give a fuck. We're blasting Gypsy. I'm trying to enter 2019 with a better frame of mind. Last year, okay, so that's why I was turned to witchcraft. A lot of the stuff I was already doing, you know, it's yoga and meditation and stuff like it's actually not that hard to fall into witchcraft if any of you are like right off the edge. We can talk later. You know, there's teas and baths and all that shit in witchcraft. People are taking baths, right? Okay, cool. Just like put some rose petals in it and be like, I'm a witch. There are so many overlaps between witchcraft and self-care. I actually, yeah, it is. Probably, I left it up in the green room. But there's a book that my friend got me called The Witch's Guide to Self-Care. And that's what like launched this entire endeavor into actually being a witch. She's an adorable little Christian girl. She had no idea. God bless Dorothy. And it was supremely helpful in showing me like that taking care of myself is magic with a K. You know, it's a beautiful thing. And it even talks about Hygge. It even talks about Hygge in there. We got to the theme, everybody. Oh yeah, we got it. It was roundabout, but we are there. But I kind of hate the stigma that comes with being a witch and being involved in witchcraft, which is why I'm like only a little bit out of the broom closet, like not completely out, just a little bit. That's a little Tumblr joke for some of you. I'm not a Satanist like Sabrina is, but no, I did learn that astral projection is a real thing. So if I don't come to the next Latino, you'll know where I am. I do wear black every day, but that's just because I'm a New Yorker. That has something to do with being rich. And I'm allergic to cats, so therefore I can't really be a witch. I can't have a familiar, which are also real things, if you're wondering. Thankfully, I am so set in myself, and I know in my core that, you know what? I am a bitch. I mean witch. I am. I've really been a bitch lately because I've been doing keto. Oh my God, hang me. It wasn't like a January resolution thing, so like don't shit on me for being one of those people who just like starts something and then like gives up halfway. I've been doing this since Thanksgiving. So, all right, yeah, thank you so much. You can tell because look at that. Can you believe? I bought these jeans two sizes too big, so I can do that for the first time in my life. I did it so I could try to curb my cravings to chocolate in specific, which is like kind of help, but as you heard my boyfriend chuckle in the corner, it has not really done anything. But I mostly did keto in specific because you can drink on it. Really exciting. Speaking of, I think there's a glass of red waiting for me, so I'm just going to be done now because I don't think you guys want to hear anything else from a shrill keto witch yelling at you about how difficult her life is, even though she orgasms all the time. So thank you so much.